Hey guys, we're gonna be doing a vegan hate comments video. I have Jess here with us.
Some really good ones.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start.
Okay, so basically I was from the vigils on Wednesday. This lady, she took a live video and there were like a really crap ton of negative comments, and I'll start with the first one because this one's really long, but there's so much contradictory information on here. So Rodney Stewart says, "You people are real sick in the head, holding vigils for animals. It's not a family pet. Do you have any idea from an ecological perspective how damaging your all vegan diets take on the land?"
Oh yeah, stop there.
Yeah.
So first of all, he said we're like sick people because we're there to show support for animals that are pigs and not dogs. And then he brings up ecology and how it's probably not good for environment, which doesn't make any sense. Like how... Yeah, he's like backwards on it, so...
He says, think about how many animals are killed in deforestation to make enough room for farms needed to produce enough food for everyone to be vegan.
What he's not considering is the amount of food that we grow for the animals, and all that land is dedicated just for the animals that we keep using to feed us, so...
Not to mention end world hunger. So basically all the food in here that they are growing is, all the crops that are growing are going directly to feed animals raised to be killed, to be put in our stomachs. So if we eliminate that, if we eliminate the slaughtering of the animals, then all that excess food, the crops that we're growing to feed animals that are just going to be slaughtered, could be used to feed people who are actually hungry and starving.
It just doesn't make any sense.
So Rodney, your argument is really stupid, but okay. And it says, not to mention, get real and find a positive way to spend your time. So raising awareness for something that's happening in these industries and trying to make people aware of it is a positive thing, because whether it's directly or indirectly, we are impacting people because we're bringing it to their attention whether they want to hear it or not. So actually I think that's a pretty positive way. I think you're just trying to make it negative. You're not going to change anyone's minds on their eating habits, and false, because we are changing a lot of people's minds.
People are seeing their food. They're seeing where it comes from. That's why we go to those vigils.
Yeah, so if that's not positive, then you're just weird.
It's actually like, I think it's honeydew. That's what it is.
Ooh, look at this. We got honeydew up in here.
Mine's Jamaica. This is very delicious.
Gotta stay hydrated while we're dying of nutrient deficiencies.
Malnourishment.
Yeah.
Gotta get some good Jamaica up in here before I pass out of exhaustion.
Alright,
all the lack of nutrients I'm getting.
What's the next one?
Okay, anyways. Jeffrey Sherman. Notice there's like a theme in these very white names, but okay. I'm sorry, but okay. Looks more like people are just there to record themselves being there or record the pigs. Not sure how this is helping the pigs, but I guess it helps the people feel like they're helping something.
Okay, well, we're not really taking selfies there. I don't see anyone taking selfies at pig vigils.
But what you're missing there, Mr. Jeffrey Sherman, is the fact that we have to record these pigs in order to bring it to people's attention, because obviously the majority of people, 99% of these people are not going to be attending these vigils, and they will not go to a slaughterhouse, and they will not see directly how these animals become their food. So what we're trying to do is have them make a connection to these animals in order to really see the process, rather than just going to the grocery store and picking up a shiny package. There's a very strong disconnect between grocery stores and slaughterhouses, and there's a reason for that, because if we did see what happened at a slaughterhouse, we wouldn't be obliged to eat it. Therefore, we are there to record it so we can get people to make the connection, and that is the purpose. And it is helping the pigs, because if there's a demand that stops, then they wouldn't have to be brought in those trucks.
Definitely. Supply and demand.
So, Mr. Sherman, your arguments are very flawed.
No one wants to buy bacon. They're not going to raise pigs for bacon.
Oh, no, but this one's really good. I wonder if those people have any idea how many things they would lose out of their daily lives if we no longer slaughtered any animal anywhere. What does that even mean?
We're going to lose time? Because...
No, I wonder if these people have any idea how many things they would lose out of their daily lives. High cholesterol.
Bacon.
Heart disease.
What are we losing?
That's what we'll be losing. You mean all the terrible all the things that benefit us from eating meat? That's what we're going to be missing out on. I think we can very well do without those things.
Heart disease.
You know, eventually.
Alzheimer's.
might
dementia.
surprise you, Mr. Sherman, but you actually can sustain yourself on fruits and vegetables. And I don't know what you're gonna do when these animals are slaughtered. You'll probably starve to death, because if you think that that's the only options available, then I feel very sorry for you. Anyways, moving on. People say, Miss Sean Holly says, people say that this is bad. No, it's not. It's food.
I see. Ooh, this ham sounds so good right now.
And just like that, pork chops are on the menu for dinner.
You know, I got poop on my lens, and it's a putrid smell to be there. I don't know how anyone could be like appetized to eat anything. I tried to eat like a bar while I was at a vigil one time. We were there a few days ago. The overwhelming smell of like all the shit and the piss that these pigs are traveling in is so horrible. Like, you cannot eat anything. I don't think anyone would be able to eat or be like, oh man, I'm gonna eat this. Like, I leave the shit all over it. Look at its eyes, it's crying.
I can assure you, Shauna, if you actually went to one of these vigils, it's really easy to say, ooh, bacon, but I think it also kind of shows what kind of person you are. You're very unconscious and disconnected from reality. And I guess some people like to live in ignorance, but that's perfectly okay if you would, but we would actually prefer to be knowledgeable.
Let's go see you try to eat something outside of a slaughterhouse. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, or just end up in the hospital with heart attack risk, but whatever. A lot of these people are overweight. Just common theme here too.
Oh, this other one. This one's really good. This one. Read this one.
Oh yeah. Yes, Eddie Martinez says, yes, give the pigs water. I like my bacon hydrated.
Oh, wow. I don't even know what else to say about that one. That one's just mean and...
But I said, notice though, one of the things I noticed is that it's all men saying this. And I feel like they feel like, do you feel like your ego is being attacked because you feel like, oh, you know, I feel like there's that stereotype like, oh, I gotta be a manly man to say, oh, I like bacon or pork chops. Like, it's just really stupid.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you look like even kind of less, than it just makes you look really pathetic to spend your time going on a vegan page for people just trying to give pigs some water.
People are saying like we have no lives and we do nothing. We should get a job.
Yeah,
but, like they're out here spending their time going on vegan pages, commenting, trolling. Like, maybe you should do something better with your time.
Mark Grenade, it kind of sounds like grenade, but anyways, he says, get a job, people. Well, I can assure you, Mark, that a lot of us do have jobs, and there are things to do other than just spend your leisurely time. We actually are trying to make a difference. And
we could be at home watching TV and not really learning anything, maybe learning something depending on what you watch, but we're actually spending only like maybe a couple hours of our day just to go out there and show some support, spread awareness. Like, how bad is that? Like,
so Mark, maybe you should do other things with your time other than going to Trump rallies.
Okay, so this comment's really good.
This one's really good. Okay, so Christy Doherty says, what about plants? They have feelings. The smell of freshly cut grass is a distress signal from the grass.
Distress signal. So, okay. What does distress mean to you? Distress is like someone in like pain, and then it's like they're crying, they're making facial expressions. That's considered distress, right? Plants don't have faces. Oh, we get...
I'm gonna see that one's yours.
So we got guaraches.
To keep us fed as we die of poor nutrition. We got a mango roll. What's that again?
It's a guarache.
Huachana.
Alright, so now back to what we're saying. So,
okay.
They're saying plants have feelings, but it's all chemical reactions in response to stimuli. They don't really have a brain to think about emotions. And now let's play your game. Now if they do, let's say they do with it, just they don't. You'd be doing the least amount of suffering eating this, eating vegan, or causing the least amount of suffering eating vegan, regardless.
I'm gonna take one of your mango rolls. Sorry. Oh shit. I just made it fall apart. Don't look at me. So what is it? Mike Rosas. What the hell? Agostini? I don't know. Whatever.
Agostini.
He says, you veggie eaters need to stop killing all those innocent plants.
Oh wow, the plants, yes, because plants feel they have central nervous systems. No.
So anyways, yeah, if you're so concerned about the innocent plants that are being killed, you should be really concerned that they're just basically fed to animals that are going to be dying for your food anyway. So
16 times more plants.
So if you're very concerned about the plants, then you should probably
If
start
you really
eating
cared
animals.
about plants, you'd probably stop eating animals that eat a lot of plants.
Yeah.
And just maybe not eat anything and just die.
Colin McAllister says, none of you guys even lift. And from looking at your page, it doesn't look like you do
I
either.
pull plastic. What's up?
That doesn't even...
Yeah, they're just trying to bash people for not being strong. I'm actually pretty freaking strong.
I have to kill so many animals protecting my crops to sell to these vegans. Ironic? I think it's more ironic, James, that you would say.
What did you say?
I have to kill so many animals protecting my crops to sell to these vegans.
It means insects, maybe?
So
Well, I don't
vegans-
think most people consider insects animals, but they are. But it doesn't make sense. People that use that excuse, it's like, all right, but what about the crops being fed to the animals? Like, they don't even think about that. They eat a lot. They drink a lot. One hamburger is like 600 gallons of water. Cheeseburger.
This
Pound of
lady
So
said,
much water to get pound of beef to eat. It's just, not to mention the crops needed, so.
wait, this is a good one.
What's-
This
right.
lady says, humans, you don't need to eat them. Where is your humanity? And this guy, Jack Rich, writes, you're right, people don't eat food. I guess we're all just gonna starve,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not gonna eat anything today at this lovely restaurant. We're just gonna starve.
I guess we're all gonna starve
Eat
because
some
we're not
dirt
gonna
or
get
something.
food.
Some air.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a flawed way of thinking that. If you think that animals are the only way to get food, then like I said, I feel really sorry for you.
What is it?
So good.
So if you guys are ever in Ontario, visit Guasave Roll. They're the first vegan restaurant here. And this little guarache thing is amazing. It's like a little boat of love. Love it. Alright, we got this other roll coming. Oh, my lens cap fell. Look at this deliciousness. Look at this HD. Ooh, oh, look at this shot right here. So good. So the other one was a popcorn roll. This one was the mango roll. Let me give you guys some HD zoomed in goodie shots. Oh man, look at this.
Dude, this roll is so good.
These rolls are amazing. So good.
Are you ready to read some more
Yep.
ignorance? Okay.
Some more ignorance.
Because this is just like, this is pretty funny. So Martin Tao, who looks like he eats a lot of cheeseburgers, says, a lioness hunts a gazelle, vegans don't even bat an eyelid. So I'll stop there right away. A lion, Martin, is a carnivore. Humans, therefore, are not. So carnivores need to hunt in order to survive. It's a necessity. So if we go stop a lion from hunting a gazelle, we're basically going to make that lion starve to death.
Which is doing it to survive, right? So
Yes.
we don't need to eat meat to survive.
Yes, humans. Martin, there's a ton of things we can eat that don't require us to eat dead animal flesh. So.
Oh, but we have canines. Well, I think we win. He wins.
I knew that was why it was so.
Hippos have the largest canines out of all the animal kingdom.
Also, Martin, about 75% of all animals are vegan. They eat vegan. So
There you go.
you can't just like call out one animal and then just
Yeah.
just doesn't really. make
Lions
any
do
sense.
it, right? So we should do it. Like lions rape and eat other cubs sometimes. So does that make it okay? Should we base all our moral actions on
Just what
lions?
animals do.
What animals do?
Silly. But anyways, humans haul up fish. Vegans completely lose their shit.
Yeah, because fish feel pain. Does he not know? They have a central nervous system, not like a plant.
Yeah, so just the systematic gathering up of large quantities of fish, it's not only damaging to the environment, and fish are also full of mercury, and we're putting that in their bodies. So why wouldn't we lose our shit and tell people about it? Because that's something that we're putting into our bodies. Therefore, we should be aware.
Yep. Plus, it's overfishing, destroying the oceans. We're gonna have no fish.
Yeah, and you're taking these fish and you're
Unsustainable.
completely taking them out of their natural environment. So you're basically disrupting their lives for
Yeah.
a selfish demand for consumption.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. They're like, the ocean is big. Like, they'll keep making more fishes, but the fish we take out are the big ones that actually make a lot of the little babies. So we take out these big fish, and they stop breeding as often, and so we're having less and less fish in the oceans.
Martin, the scholar that you are, also says that over 167,000 of you on here call out the injustice of eating meat. Less than 4% of you, where do you get that statistic? Donate to poverty-stricken nations. So, Martin, if you were actually aware, you would know that the food here that we grow, like I mentioned previously, the crops that we feed to all animals in agriculture are basically going to the animals. The majority of crops that we're growing are going to animals just so they can be slaughtered for it to be our food. Therefore, if we took that food, it could actually, these countries, we don't want to throw money at them. They need food, they need clean water, they need resources. So I would think that eliminating that and having more food to feed those that are going hungry would be a more logical way to resolve that issue than just donating money. So yeah, that's kind of irrelevant.
You're unnecessarily hurting any animals. That's it.
Yeah, don't talk about preservation if you cannot adhere to it on all levels.
I mean, if you're trying a little bit, and who says you can't talk about it? What? Just because we don't do something completely full, 100%, 24/7, and we covered every base, which we're probably covering more bases than they are, being vegan. But, you know, watch Cowspiracy. How do I get at this?
What popcorn do you think?
Oh, tomato.
This one is the hummingbird roll, and it has all these like really cool jalapeno stuffed thingies on top that are really, really good.
Delicious. Oh yeah, look at this. HD. 1080p. 60 frames. Okay, so they gave us the chorizo huarache last time, and now we're getting what is by accident.
That's the chipotle jackfruit, right?
Yeah, so this is the chipotle jackfruit huarache. It's like a crispy, if you don't know what a huarache is, it's like a crispy boat of deliciousness. Oh, it's just amazing.
What's the one? That's the
Oh,
sopa?
and this is a sopa. So sopas are a little rounder and a little thicker.
Ooh, I like that thick, little thick. I like them thick.
She thick. She very thick. Okay, so this is the chipotle. It doesn't focus when you go that close. You have to be further away. It's manual lens. Sorry. Alright, here it goes. This is the first taste test.
It's a little boat of deliciousness.
Oh my goodness. So good. Praise the plant gods. Thank you for letting us sacrifice these plants. I don't know how much pain they went through. It's pain. So we couldn't finish everything, but someone's getting some nice treats. I'm gonna take them to like my brother Jeffy or something. All right, so last one, guys.
Okay, so Claudia Romero says, "You call meat eaters ignorance." Ignorance?
Ignorance. We
Okay.
call them ignorance. They are ignorance.
Who the hell are you to judge others? You're all talk about animal welfare, and yet you ignore how your food is grown. Well, Claudia, you also ignore how animals are slaughtered, so how does that make much difference? You're not much different than that, except for you're choosing to live in ignorance. Animals die for your food, so what makes you so special that you need to judge others? In fact, Claudia, actually, more animals die for your food.
What animals die if I eat a banana from a tree or from a farmer? Doesn't make any sense.
This is the reason why. What a mahe. I don't know what that is. This is the reason why people have no respect for vegans.
What a mahe? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
That's not mahe. I don't even know it. Hopefully that's not like something super bad, but I've never heard of that word.
Claudia, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm starting to get a headache from this. I don't know if I can.
A headache?
From reading like this, it's like, you know, I feel like your head starts to swell when you start hearing like the same excuses over and over and over again. It's kind of just like, okay, the fact that you will even justify, like, you know, at least if you could say, you know what, it's fine. Like, I don't care about the animals, so therefore I'm going to eat meat. At least be honest, rather than try and deflect and justify the reasons for your own selfish consumption. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. If we find any more crazy comments, we'll make another one of these videos. Thank you for watching.
For your entertainment.